Hello, I'm Dawn Blatherwick, artist, YouTuber, and I created the Paint Box, a little box of joy for people looking for some me time, with plenty of designs to choose from. So relax, create and recharge. Hello, this Paint Box tutorial is for the fireplace. Using low-tack masking tape, secure your picture down on all four sides. This will give you a lovely white border when you've finished. So we're going to begin by painting the grey. So we need pot 1 and pot 2. You're going to need quite a lot of this because there's quite a lot of grey in the painting, so don't be afraid to use a lot of paint. Then mix the black and the white, obviously more white than black. Using the scrap piece of paper in the box, create like a colour swatch that you can check against the picture on the top of the box. So let's begin. I know this looks quite dark when you first apply it, but it will, I assure you, get a lot lighter. I'm going to completely ignore the plant that's in the fireplace and add it at the end when everything's dried. This fireplace is actually in my house, and this is where the inspiration from this one came from. So continue either side of the fireplace, which is the skirting board. And now onto the floor tiles. This gouache box is brilliant for helping with your brush skills. Although this looks quite patchy, it will, I assure you, dry really flat, which is the beauty of gouache paints. So now I begin to add all the grey detail on the fireplace, but not all of it. I want to add some afterwards, once the black has dried. So now with pot 2, which is black, we'll start the fireplace. This was one of the first ones that I designed in this set, and it's quite a difficult one to paint. So it's at that stage that I realised that I've actually painted over some of the grey, but not to worry, I can always go back over it again. Using the larger brush on its side will create this lovely line. And when you want to create a thinner line, use a smaller brush and just use the tip of the brush and let it gently glide across the surface. Now pot 5, which is primary red, and at last we're putting some colour in the picture. Now as you can see, as I'm painting this, it looks slightly transparent, does this red, and when I looked at the code for the primary red, it does actually say in this little symbol here that it is semi-transparent, but it does dry flat, so I'll just keep with it. Using pots 1, 3 and 4, we're going to mix a pale green. So I begin mixing the green and the white together, pots 1 and 3, and then to give the green a little bit of a lift, I add a little bit of yellow from pot 4. Again, to check the colour, just create like a little swatch on this piece of paper and then just try it against the picture of the box. So this is for the hanging basket in this corner. Plant pot on the right hand side next to the cat, and also the plant at the bottom left hand corner. This plant will ignore all the markings on the plants completely and add them later once this layer is dried. So now using pots 4 and 8, which are primary yellow and permanent green middle, we're going to mix for the green plant which is sat next to the cat on the mantelpiece. Now it's pot 3, which is olive green. We're going to paint this cheese plant and also the plant at the bottom right. Again, this is another chance to use your lovely brush skills. Ignore all the markings on this plant, we're going to add them once this is dried. So using the same pot 3, we're going to add the markings to this plant on the left. This is the underside of the leaf which I'm painting now, so I'll keep this at just a pure green. Carry on adding stripes down each leaf. Again, using pot 3, we're going to add like a stripe down each leaf on this plant. And now, using the same green that you mixed before, using 1, 3 and 4 pots, we're going to start to add some details. So this is where I start adding the plant in the fireplace, and then realise that I haven't actually painted the plant pot in the middle, so then I stop. And then we paint the plant pot using pot 7, which is yellow ochre. Again, this has to dry completely before we start adding the plant again. So using pots 1, 4 and 6, which are white, yellow primary and quinacridone magenta, we're going to mix a pink for the plant pot on the right hand side plus the flower on the right hand side. So I start by making an orange with the yellow and red, and then I add the white to that. Don't forget to try this colour out on your little swatch of paper. So now we're going to mix a pink for the back of this plant pot using pots 1 and 5, which are primary red and white. You don't need a lot of red. And then using primary red, which is pot 5, we're going to add the flower buds. Just allow your paintbrush to just sort of glide. Right, using the same grey we mixed before, using pots 1 and 2, we're going to add all the details to the fireplace. Now this is quite tricky. I can't say that I did a great job. I'm sure you'll do a better one. But I literally just followed the image on the box, and you can just make up whatever design you like. You don't have to follow that. But remember, if you go wrong, you can always paint over it with black and start again. So now we're going to add the plant that's in the grate, and literally just adds like some swirly lines, and all these lines are going to have leaves coming off it parallel to each other, which is quite fun. And this is the same green mixture that we made for the leaves, which is pots 1, 2 and 4. If you've already got some left over, you can reactivate it with a little bit of water, or you can just mix it again from scratch. So now I'm going to make a brown using pots 2 and 5, which are primary red and black. You don't need a lot of black, it's more red than black. And also for this plant on the right. For some reason I didn't capture myself painting the cat, but that was black, which is pot 2. And I'm just adding his eyes here with pot 4, which is yellow. So we're all finished. Just take that masking tape off, reveal that lovely white border. If you've come this far, a big well done to you. Hope you've enjoyed painting along with me. Pop it in a frame. Beautiful.